Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the While We Walk podcast, where I discuss my thoughts for the day. Today is Saturday, May 18th, 2024. It's 9:28 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, it's another day of walking. So it's obviously Saturday, so the markets are closed. So that's why I'm walking relatively early this morning. And plan on doing 30,000 steps, give or take, today. So I'm gonna go 2 laps on this first walk, and for my second walk, I'm gonna do another 2 laps. Today's pretty much my rest day before I start going back to the workout on Sunday. And yeah, I'm gonna include a couple of different exercises to my progressions. I'm gonna add like an additional 3 sets I was thinking about. So I'm kind of gonna game plan my routine starting from this next week, see how it pans out. So I had to give it a try. I joined a community that there's this dude who's like I think he's like 6'1", 6'2", and he's like around over 190 pounds. So his stats are pretty similar to mine, and he has a community that I recently joined yesterday. And I looked at some of his videos, and to see some of the routines he does in order to get those type of movements, and I'm gonna start implementing them now. There's like this one thing, the way he puts the bands, that I never even considered. So the fact that just that alone just made me instantly know that the community was worth it, joining it. So just that video alone, the way you put the bands. And so yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how I progress as I do the workouts here. It's going to be very interesting. In terms of my diet today, it's going to be a protein sparing modified fast. I'm going to eat 2 pork loin chops that was frozen, along with a pound of chicken breast. And it's going to be interesting. I'm going to see how everything pans out. So this morning I weighed at 180.9, so I gained 0.6 pounds. But that's perfectly fine, because I kind of expected, but then I had some stuff in my stomach, I think, because I had to go to the restroom the second time and then released everything out. But by then I drank like a couple of water, so the scale is kind of off. But I'm pretty sure that once I do today's meal, I'm gonna go below 180, and hopefully going forward I'm not gonna reach 180 for the rest of the summer. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to get down to 170. I want to train the 170 range for the rest of the summer. So pretty much this month is pretty much a day of, I guess, the week of aggression. The next couple of weeks. So it's going to be 2 days of protein sparing modified fast days. And I purchased some canned beans off of Amazon too, because they have like a promotion going on. And so I also got some new like spice rubs for the chicken, to give the chicken some variety. So it's expected to arrive today and tomorrow, and I'm gonna definitely take advantage. But pretty much ate all my navel oranges that I had. So I'm basically, and the reason why I bought canned beans when I already have is the ones that I have are like a lot of calories because there's a lot of beans in there, and I just basically wanted basically to get the Amazon brand because they have 300 calories, 300 to 320 calories, which fits within my budget, so I could just put in a beans for this week. But yeah, I'm gonna see how it pans out. Essentially, I'm gonna see how it pans out. But next week is gonna be pretty much all beans, beans every day. Because I have like 10 cans of kidney beans and 10 cans of whatchamacallit, 10 cans of kidney beans and 10 cans of I can't even think right now, black beans. But they're like, the black beans has 320 calories while the kidney beans has 300. So I'm gonna just get rid of the kidney beans first and then use the black beans. But this week I'm planning on using 2 protein sparing modified days this week. I'm gonna try to get at least 20 grams of fiber in as well. Basically need as much fiber as possible. And on top of that, today I'm gonna purchase, after this 2-lap walk, I'm gonna purchase a stalk of broccoli as well as Brussels sprouts. I don't know, we'll see if you have Brussels sprouts, but yeah, that's what I plan on doing after this walk here. And then afterwards, after resting for another moment or two after this walk and after eating my meals, I'm gonna go off for my second walk. And that's gonna be another way to kind of speed up the process. But yeah, this week, these next couple of weeks, I'm going to be very, very aggressive here. I'm going to try to lose another 2 pounds for next week, so that should bring me down to, depending on where I start, it should make me below, and on average I should be below 180 on average for the week, next week, if everything goes to plan. And if that's the case, probably on May, at the last week of May, I'm gonna have 3 days of essentially 3 days of protein sparing modified fast for that week. So each and every day. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna also see if I could incorporate some burpees for high intensity training for that week as well. And yeah, that's a plan. So 2 weeks from now should be really, but keep in mind this cut is gonna go on until I get below 10% body fat. So no matter what, I'm gonna go for that. I'm gonna be gunning for that, essentially. But yeah, that's a plan for now. So in terms of my weighted calisthenics thing, once I hit 9 reps, because I'm going to start off with 16 pound change, and I'm only going to do weighted calisthenics basically on the days I do the my workout, which is Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursdays, where I do my planche and front lever progression those days. And I'm going to do it after I do those progressions. And so I'm looking to see how well I progress. And I'm going to do this program, I guess, for at least 3 months to see if there's any progress after 3 months. I pretty much have a gist of what I need to work on. And also I've decided to, remember how I mentioned I was going to do 2 weeks of parallettes for planche progression, and then 1 week I decided to change that. So throughout for the next 3 months, I'm gonna just train on parallettes because I want to make sure my wrists are pristine when I work on the floor. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna try a modified version of the planche where I put my hands backwards instead of sideways. It's gonna be a lot harder, but it's gonna have almost no pressure on the wrists. So I'm gonna give that a shot. I'm gonna start doing that way and see if I get any success with it. But if I could get it that way, I'll never have an issue with the wrists, with that hand positioning. So I'm gonna start training for it that way. It's gonna be harder, but I think it's gonna be worth it at the end. What else is there? I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what's currently on my mind. I just want to really focus on, and obviously the planche is going to take the longest, planche and one arm pull-up, because I just want to get to a point where I could at least do half my body weight for close to 6 reps before I even train for the one arm pull-up. So the one arm pull-up and planche is going to take quite some time in retrospect. But the front lever is a much more different story. I think that's clearly the first move that I'm going to be able to get. But I'm going to still do the one arm hangs on a daily basis, because I want to still get the grip strength that I get from the one arm hangs. And yeah, I'm going to have to, when I go home after the second walk, I may do some like shoulder mobility exercises. And that's because a lot of these moves definitely impact the shoulder a lot. And so I just want to make sure my shoulders are always mobile. I'm not even going for the handstand right now. I'm just straight up just focusing. Main thing is really the front lever I want to get. That's the main thing right now. That's the first goal. So my main priority is really focusing on that. But I still want to work on the planche, obviously, because the planche is something that I want to eventually get. I want to condition it from now instead of training after I'm done with the front lever, because the whole time I'm training for the front lever progression and I'm not training the planche, it's going to take a long time for me to get the planche in that case. So I'm already have in my mind, I mean, don't get me wrong, if I could get the planche earlier I would, but I also don't want to overburden my body trying to obtain that. So I just want to first get the front lever, and then once I get the front lever, then I'll be able to do some try to get it to 8 seconds hold. He came up with a good progression routine that I'm going to follow, and I'm going to use bands. Obviously, it's something that I never considered doing, but now that I'm going to incorporate bands, there's going to be some sense of progressive overloading, because as I get stronger and stronger and I have those bands, I could definitely loosen the resistance of the bands as it gets stronger. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, I'm just really looking forward to this journey. I just really wanted to clearly at this point, I'm still, my main objective right now is to just maintain my muscle mass while lose this fat off my body. But in the meantime, I want to develop the strength to do these special moves. And I think as I'm progressing and training for these moves, it's possible that I could get the front lever in 3 months. It's really possible. I have a nice base strength that dude, he was like, he looked at my Instagram post and he was like, you could get this fast, It's just a matter of understanding the the programming. That's something that I still didn't get. And I'm just really glad that I joined that community, because now I could ask some questions. But the thing is, I don't need to ask questions, because in the videos that has been posted into the community, it pretty much answers my question. So yeah, now I might get like a separate coach, to check my form, see what I could do to essentially improve. But as I'm losing this weight, a lot of these moves are gonna be much more easier as I get down to like the 160s. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot more easier. So starting from Monday, tomorrow, which is Sunday, this is gonna be my routine. I'm gonna do obviously a nice 20 to 40 minutes mobility routine, warm-up routine, and then I'm gonna go straight to my sets. So I'm gonna start off by doing 3 sets of front lever progression, which is the full front lever with bands. I start off with that because that's the move I want to achieve. So I start off with that with bands. Secondly, I'm going to, after doing that, I'm basically going to superset that with planche leans with the parallettes. And then my second set is going to be just basically the tuck hold. See how long I can hold it, tuck hold, and then I'm going to superset that with banded tuck planche holds, or tuck planche holds. I might take off the bands. I mean, we'll see. It depends on how strong my scapular is. And then after that, I'm gonna do 3 sets of tucked planche pull-ups, and I'm gonna superset that with planche push-ups. And then finally, this is the new addition that I came up with after looking at his videos, is do 3 sets of front lever pull up and pull downs, where you basically you put your feet up to the bar, make sure your arms are straight, and kind of do a front lever that way. I might do negatives, and yeah, I might do negatives like that as much as I can. I might do a banded. I mean, we'll see, but I'm gonna definitely do that. And for the planche, I might not just do any. I can't even think of. I might add in another 3 sets of pseudo planche push-ups. So I'll superset it with like basically 6 sets of pseudo planche push-ups. After that, I'm gonna go straight into my weighted calisthenics routine. I'm gonna start off with 16 pounds off my on the chain, and I'm gonna increase it every time 7.5 pounds, pretty much. 7.5, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. 7.5, and then once 7.5 to 8 pounds, I'm gonna increase. Basically 8 pounds, essentially, I'm gonna increase every time I get past the 8th rep. And yeah, that's the routine in a nutshell. And then another thing, on those days I'm gonna do toes to bar, and I'm gonna superset that with 3 sets of toes to bar, and superset that with Jefferson curls. Yeah, and then finish it off with 3 sets. It's a pretty long workout. I think it's up close to 90 minutes to 2 hours. And then finish that off with 1 arm hangs and support holds. Basically, it's going to be rings turned out support holds. So I'm going to superset that, and that's pretty much it. I don't need to do any more than that on that day. On the rest days, I may do some just body weight, like 1 set of body weight pull-ups and 1 set of dips, body weight dips, and that's it. Just to keep it warm, do the normal mobility work, and instead of toes to bar, I'm gonna do just regular leg raises, and I'm gonna still do the one arm hang and support holds on that day as well. And yeah, that's the plan of action. So 3 really intensive days out of the week. It's going to be, the main thing is really centered around building those progressions much more better. And I'm going to try this for 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. And I'm going to obviously adjust things accordingly if I, God forbid, injure myself in some fashion. I'm going to obviously modify different things. But that's the plan of action. And that's one of the main reasons why for weighted calisthenics, I'm sticking to a 6 to like pretty much a 5 to 8 range. Anything above that is just a little bit too much in my opinion. Anything above that, and that's what he does. He does like 8-second holds and 8 reps. And if he does more than that, he starts increasing the weight. So I'm going to just basically follow his protocol. And it makes sense because you don't want too much reps for endurance, and you also at the same time you don't want it too low for just a higher risk of injury. No, there's no way to 100% eliminate injury, but I just like to have a lower percentage of a chance to get an injury. So that's why I'm going to stick to that rep range. And yeah, so my base is pretty good right now. My base is pretty strong, but I still have a long way to go because I looked at one of my videos. I did like 50 something pounds with for 6 reps back in the days, but I'm not too sure whether or not the form was good or not. I have to take a look at that clip again. But yeah, but keep in mind, I'm doing all this while cutting. So that's why I'm gonna leave like always like a couple or 2 of reps in the tank and not try to just truly max out, so I could just have the ability to train these for very high, with a very high frequency. But dude, if I could get a front lever at the end of this progression, I'll be really, I consider that a success, because then all I have to do at that point is just do the front lever and front lever pulls, front lever like pull-ups from that point. And then I can start shifting my focus over to the one arm pull-up. But yeah, I'm gonna obviously, once I obtain these moves, I'm going to obviously still do them 3 times a week to maintain the move. And I'm going to try to get into as long as I get it for at least 8 seconds, that's a legitimate hold. So I want to get, just make sure I maintain that once I get it. I don't want to lose that move. But I'm pretty sure that that next year is going to be a much more better situation in terms of obtaining these moves. But anyways, let me end it here. Thank you so much for listening, and stay tuned for the next episode of While We Walk.